Hello there. Welcome to Glitched Gamers. It's been, I think, several years since the last time we've gone live on this channel. So if you're coming back to us, welcome back. If you've never been here, well, where have you been? But no, we are, at this point, playing Daggerheart because, well, it seems fun. And we hope you come along with us. We've got myself. If you don't know me, then how'd you find this channel? Because, you know, it's our first session. We got like 0 audience. So hopefully you know me if you're watching. But if you're not, hey, hit the subscribe button. We love you. We've also got Deca and Sam.
Hello.
Adam.
Yo.
And Trey. We'll get to know everybody as time goes on. And we'll definitely be doing some interesting looks at the characters on some behind-the-scenes stuff that we do at some point. Or on TikTok. You might have seen those already. I don't know if we've got those out yet because we're recording now. We're not releasing until later, so I don't know what we've done in between. Right. So, anyway, let's get to the game. We are playing in a custom campaign frame. Called The Immortals of Siedovar, written by myself. Now, I had asked my players when we began what sort of game they wanted to play. And they outright told me that they would, I think it was Trey that came up with the suggestion, make a campaign frame with the look and feel of the Gentleman Bastards
book series
inspired by this. And I love the idea. Everybody else loved the idea.
At the time.
I don't
know what you're talking
but
about.
Now I've written the campaign frame. And, well, so I told them this was going to be a dangerous place where certain things were going to be specifically very illegal.
We took that as a checklist, guys.
They didn't take this as you know, don't do this. They took it as a checklist. So, every one of our characters has several things about them that would get them immediately killed if the authorities knew about it.
Or worse than death.
Oh,
so,
no.
With that said, I'd like to make sure all of you have your starting hope. 2 each of you.
Yep.
Show it to the camera.
Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and, since this is the start of the campaign and there's 4 of you, I will...
Oh, I have to stare at it all game.
There you
Okay.
go. Well, I mean, we're going to have a nice fear tracker up here.
Okay.
But the blacksmith that I got to make it hasn't finished yet. And you think I'm joking when I say that. No, I am not. I talked to a real blacksmith to make my fear tracker.
No, trust me. I fully believe you.
All right. Now, Siedovar is, well, it is a grim place. I'd like you to imagine start with a jungle, covering pretty much as far as you can see, with mountains to the south, and then as you travel north, you follow a river that falls down into a canyon that meets the sea. Within that canyon, along its walls, there's the terraced walls on the western side, and on the eastern side, some sheer cliffs. And the city built within the canyon, on the walls and in the terraces, and along the river. There is a fantastic river delta that they've built their port on. And lest I forget, there are dominating the skyline 5 enormous towers in various different parts of the city. At some point, this city was conquered. Conquered by elves from a land called Legaius. And whilst they were here, they erected these towers. They didn't really build them as much as grow them. Each tower is its own forest that grew and spiraled together into this paraboloid shape, creating a platform at the top with its canopy. And these towers rise above the city and cast shade down upon the rest of it, leading sometimes to unnaturally dark afternoons. But where we are right now, the elves millennia ago got driven out when the people of this city found allies in a group called the Immortals of Siedovar. They didn't know what kind of bargain they were getting into. We'll start with that.
Hindsight.
And today, there are no elves, but the immortals live in the towers that they left behind. We'll get into exactly what the immortals are at some point. But for now, let's meet some of our characters. It is early morning, midsummer. There is a fog that has come down from the river, and it's hanging over most of the city. On the second story of a building at the western edge of Blackbridge. Blackbridge being the largest bridge in the city, connecting the stone labyrinth where you all live to the central port aisle. At the western end of the Black Bridge is a restaurant called the Double Standard. Predictably, with that name, it's got 2 levels and a garden on the roof that grows the produce used in the restaurant. Up on that roof right now, early in the morning, we see 2 people. We see an elder Simia looking out over what he can see of the city. And next to him, we've got Ilar.
Today, Ilar looks like a younger Simeon.
Okay.
In fact, rather like one of the orphans that lives just next door. Or at least close enough that people who don't know that well might mistake them for each other.
Mm-hmm.
A dark brown fur, he's got spectacles on today, He looks kind of like a teen.
You kind of look like a younger version of the person you're with, honestly.
A little bit, yeah.
Because Ivaria himself is an elder Simia, fur gone almost completely white, but does still wear some rather heavy spectacles. And normally he'd be tending the garden this early in the morning, but at this point he's feeling a bit tired, and he's feeling his years today.
It's okay. I know what to do.
You know what to do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm gardening.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen him do this well over 300 times a year for well over 15 years. I can manage gardening.
Yep. That much is true.
Just don't ask me to do surgery.
Now, before Ivaria asks you any questions, I'm going to say, normally we at this table are playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it doesn't have quite the same collaborative storytelling that Daggerheart does. So I'm going to tell you that you guys, as a group, have been working on a long con heist that you are going to be finishing tonight. I know nothing about this heist whatsoever.
Excellent.
Each of you are going to invent it as you're introduced.
Okay.
So whatever you say, when I ask you how the heist is going, whatever you say becomes the thing that I'm going to have to put together.
Okay.
Okay?
Well.
That's a little improv game that I'm going to ask, or that I'm going to get into at some point. But before we get there, Evaria is going to be telling you, hey, there's a weed over there next to the dill plants.
I got it. Don't worry.
Good.
Something bothering you?
Yeah, I'd say.
Something I can help with, or is it more of a contemplating the universe?
A little of both, really. I mean, how long have we known each other?
Well, I think we're almost at 15 years since you picked me off the street.
Just about. Now, not that you've lived too many different places, but what do you think of Siedovar?
I mean, it's home. I miss the sun when it's gone, which is often. The rain kind of sucks, but it's home. There are things would change if I became all-powerful tomorrow morning, but...
That's not likely to happen, is it?
No.
Not that becoming all-powerful to make changes would necessarily help everyone. Even a benevolent tyrant's still a tyrant.
That's true, and power to one corrupts the one.
But as it is, it's been 15 years in this city, and now the two of us, we've done a lot of things to make things better, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
Sometimes it seems like 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Sometimes 2 steps back. But don't listen to the ramblings of an old man. How's the heist going?
It's going good. I've been busy. Lev's been busy. As you know, Lev's currently hosting a party.
Lev is hosting a party.
Right under the bus.
Right under the bus.
Uh-huh.
Lev's the best for it. And while everyone's distracted, our favorite two are keeping busy.
Now it's pretty early in the morning. Is this like a brunch thing or what?
It's all day.
All day.
And they're gonna party till they drop.
Man.
You don't get invited to those kind of parties, huh?
I mean, I did once. I'm a little bit old for partying like that. Probably best if I don't go to this one.
Probably. Plus, you'd have to take me in another form.
Yeah, certainly.
Because the brothers gotta be there.
There's a door leading inside, and it's open, but at the edge of the door there is a older Qatari who's come by, and he's like, if I could get Master Avaria's attention momentarily. And Avaria looks up and goes, Tiva, what is it And Tiva, this elder Katari, says, begging your pardon, sir. Really, this is for your brother, but I don't know where to find him at the moment. But I guess there's been a little bit of a problem with one of the orphans downstairs. And Evaria, he says, yeah, my brother really should be the one to go and take care of that. Would you be able to go and find him for me?
Absolutely. I know exactly where he is.
Good. If anyone does, you will.
So yeah, Ilar will take off to go find that brother, which is conveniently, just you keep going downstairs. There's a root cellar, and the brother miraculously in that root cellar.
And so, Ivelo Sorelli finds his way upstairs. Now, Ivelo is much like his brother, maybe a little bit younger looking. I'll let you describe him.
Could you spell that real fast? Is this another character that starts with an I?
It is.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah.
Cool.
So many characters that start with I know.
You got to keep I straight.
It's fine.
Don't confuse it with an L either. They get very mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask how many I's and L's are next to each other in Ilar either.
How do you spell Velo?
Ivello. Sorry, I was having a lot of pasta when I was coming up with these names.
Is that your excuse?
That's my excuse.
I don't get it.
So Ivelo is an elder simian, just like his brother. However, instead of spectacles, he's got nearly perfect vision in one eye, but the other one he has to wear a monocle.
Okay, so Ivelo wears a monocle.
Yes, he's got a slight limp and uses a cane. It's one of those things, the weather that's always rainy bothers that old hip. He can always tell when it's gonna rain, which is always.
Yep. When
It's
you get
the
to the
jungle.
roof, Tiva says, "Oh, I guess you were pretty close at hand. I thought I searched the whole place, but little did I know."
I've still got some hiding spots.
Apparently. Anyways, sir, the problem is one of the Qatar youngsters goes by the name Lost. Well, he's gotten himself in a bit of a pickle. He's being real creative with his work. He's been working with one of your brother's guys, Lev, I think. Unfortunately, the last time he charmed some people, he did so well that I guess they thought it was actually magic.
I see.
Kid, I don't think the kid's got any talent like that. I mean, he's a talented kid, but I don't think he's got that kind of talent. But one of the city guard inspectors been asking about him.
Very well. Deal with this.
Yeah, what do you want me to do with the kid?
For now, make sure he stays inside. Hopefully, the work Lev was doing with him was not too important at this juncture.
Okay, I will. I'll make sure he stays inside if I have to lock him in the room.
Well, that just teach him to lockpick. Give him something to do that makes it seem like he's important.
I see. Yeah, I'll make sure he's got something to do.
Very well. Thank you for informing me.
Well, it was a little bit above my a little bit past my call.
Is the city guard here?
Not right now, but
Shortly.
so far I've been able to put him off, but probably not forever.
Probably something best dealt with sooner rather than later.
Some pompous jackass from the southern region.
He wouldn't happen to be a stickler for the rules, would he?
Exactly.
Little bit of a kiss up.
That's. Have we met this? You must have met them.
I have not met them, but Lev unfortunately has had a few run-ins. So.
Yeah, Blackford Qatari.
Yes.
That's the one. Won't take a bribe.
Unfortunately not. Not that, not that we'd ever try.
Of course not.
Of course not.
That would be against the law, of course.
Exactly.
Anyway, I should get going. I don't want to keep interrupting your brother.
Oh, he's not doing much.
Well, not anymore. The person that was helping me do my gardening is gone missing. You're gonna have to help me instead, brother.
I'll see what I can do. Now, is this a pea shoot or... It's a pea shoot, right?
I'm pretty sure that's a pepper.
Well, okay, I won't pull out the pepper.
Once Tiva walks away, Ivaria addresses you as yourself again. He's like, thanks for that.
No problem.
Anyway, I shouldn't keep you. You got things to do to prepare. Apparently, Lev's gonna be a little bit short-handed for his party. I don't know what the little guy would have been doing at the party, but who knows?
Entertainment.
Something clever, probably.
Yes.
I need you to do something for me, though. Find your way around to all the others. Ask them to come meet me sometime today.
Okay.
Each individually and then all together after your heist is done.
Lev will definitely be the hardest, but we can manage.
I believe in you. Anything that you would like to do before you leave?
Yes. Before Ilar leaves, Ilar does have to grab something from the storage. Something from their specific storage. Instead of, because if they're going out, they definitely need their scepter. But it has been disguised to not look like a scepter.
Right.
For
now, I suppose it should be noted that any of you, when you are out in the city, have at least one handful of gold that you can use to bribe a guard with if you should need to do so. But don't just do this with any guard. You know well enough to try to make sure there's somebody who's bribable first.
Sure.
And I am going to mention, now that we're through the first scene, that I am starting 2 counters. All right. One of them goes from 1 to 10, and I am not telling you where it begins. Because every time you do something that is, shall we say, a deadly crime.
existing.
We'll leave existing on its own for now.
So the counter starts at 4.
It might start at
your
8.
existence has already been counted. But every time one of you does something that is a deadly crime, if you leave evidence of that, that counter's going to go up. If it ever gets to 10, well, don't let it get to 10.
Oh, boy.
What she's trying to say is no witnesses.
That leaves its own consequences.
I know.
Only one needs to keep a secret.
The other counter I'm starting is a countdown timer. Mm-hmm. And it actually started at 6 at the start of the of the session. But now that you've had your conversation with Evaria, it's gone to 5. So
okay,
then
so that's every conversation.
I'm going to ask you, Ilar. You've been asked to find the others and ask them each to come see Evaria throughout the day.
Yes.
So who do you go looking for first?
Well, I know Lev is very busy right now, and I know Lev now is short-handed, so we're not going to see Lev first. Because once I hit Lev, I will probably have to take over for Lev. Can I have another hope? Because I just flung mine somewhere.
Sure, just throw your hope away.
Look, it's fine. It's
it's
because
okay.
I'm playing with it in my hand.
There's
so
hope
Lev,
on the floor somewhere.
Yeah. It's a little pick-me-up for later. So Lev's going to be last. Sorry, Lev.
You're good.
Yeah. I'm going to go see in a lot of trouble because Inna's probably in a lot of trouble.
Well, we'll get straight to that then. Inna, what are you doing when Ilar finds you, and where are you?
I am currently, I'm currently down in the stone maze where we tend to rest up and plan. I am in an area that we use for exercise, where we go to practice like our physical skills, make sure we're in fighting shape, and currently Inna is in a little bit of trouble as you see her. You see, we try to build a climbing wall, and it actually works great. Unfortunately for Inna, her cat-like reflexes are not helping her, despite the fact that she's a Qatari. And when you go down and you find her, you see her frantically clinging to like 2 of the stones as she's scrambling to like get her feet under her, as 2 of the stones that should have been there to place her feet have fallen out of the wall, and she's just going, get, come, where's that, son of a...
Inna, how long have you been up there? Okay,
I refuse to answer that question.
great. We're behind schedule. Got it.
Where's the footholds? The footholds!
Down here?
Son of
A son of a cat? Okay. Can I climb up and pick Inna up?
I suppose that sounds like it would be a roll of some kind or another.
Okay.
So let's make that a strength check, I believe.
Are you sure it can't be agility? Or it's not agility. Finesse.
Let's see. I think agility makes sense.
It's okay.
But finesse, not so much.
Okay, I'll take agility over strength. That's a critical success? No? I can't... Any idea what number that is? 4.
I think that's a 4.
Okay, that's a 9.
It's
with
a 9.
Fear.
9 with fear.
Yeah.
Well.
I don't think there's anything I could add to this.
You have fear over there.
I can't manipulate a wall. Sorry, guys.
All right. So you start to climb up, and I'm going to say that you get up close enough to just reach Inna's leg,
Yeah.
and then you also slip. But now you have hold of Inna's leg. So you both go down.
Well, look.
And I would like both of you to mark either a stress or an HP. Your choice.
I'm marking a stress.
I got a lot more stress.
Inna did manage to twist in the air and land mostly on all 4s,
Mostly.
and then promptly fell over.
What does this cat person look like that just fell off the wall?
Getting up and straightening out her clothes and smoothing down her fur. Inna is a Qatari in her early 20s. She has mostly cream-colored fur, but she has the markings of a Siamese flame point, like starting with her nose and like spraying like out a starburst from her face across her face, a starburst across her face, as or like starts dark red or dark orange at her nose, and then orange face, similar with her paws, all four paws, and her tail and her ears. Starts a dark red at the tips, and then and then flares out with more orange.
Okay. Fantastic.
Very much an orange cat.
Yes, very orange.
Garfield?
Well, I mean, they do serve lasagna at the restaurant, you know.
Thanks, Ilar.
You're welcome. That's totally what I meant to do. However, weren't you supposed to meet with Joria half an hour ago?
Son, yeah, I was, but I figured I'd get more practice in because, you know, I'm the one who's supposed to be scaling the outside wall while Lev is throwing his party. Ugh.
Well, do you want to throw the party next time?
It's so much work.
That's what I thought.
All right. Yeah,
Let's go, first, before we leave, you need to go upstairs and talk to Elvaria.
I do, why?
Because he wants to speak to all of us. One-on-one.
All right. I don't remember where Joria went. I think he went out to go get something. Not 100% sure, but I'll go talk to Elvaria.
All right. So you go looking for Joria, and you are going up to the roof to find Elvaria.
Yep.
You find him up there. He's not currently alone. He's still working on the garden, and by working on the garden, I think this time it's him, and he's conscripted Tiva to do his gardening for him.
Tiva's like, where's the brat who was here earlier?
Yeah. Tiva's like, I've really got better things to be doing, boss. You sure I can't get one of the kids to come up here and do this for you? He says, no, don't be silly. You're perfectly good at what I need you to do. Oh, Inna, good to see you. Actually, Tiva, Inna can help me from here. You can go.
We're gardening. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for a little while. I mean, I got things to do. I got to go see Levetto later, but I'm still working in the garden for the morning. I'm running a little bit behind. Anyway, I wanted to check in with everyone. How's the heist going?
It's going. I think it's going well. You know, Lev's doing what Lev does. He's doing it well.
He's throwing a party.
Hey, it's distracting people.
So, anyway, what's your part in all this anyway?
All right, so while the party's going on, I'm supposed to be scaling the outside of the guy's house.
Okay.
At least up to a certain floor.
At least we're leaning on your strengths.
Mostly. Thankfully, he's got that lattice work beside the house, so that's going to be helpful. So I'm supposed to scale up to what we're fairly certain is like his main lab area. Well, I say lab. We all know where he really has the grunt work done for his supposed great alchemy masterwork. I go in, I slip in the fake potions, maybe nab one or two for us, and then I slip out, quick and silent as a cat.
Okay, so your job is to climb up and plant fake potions in an alchemy lab.
These ones will taste like
It's
strawberry.
right.
It's the alchemy shop all over again.
Joria's happy.
There's a reason we made Lev host the party.
These
Oh.
ones will taste like strawberries.
Well, that's good. All right, so they got you climbing a wall. Okay. Well, sounds like you got it all well in hand. But
my
I
portion
also,
done.
huh?
I've got my portion in hand.
Yeah. I just, it's the first one that you guys are doing without me being involved at all. So
Yeah. Not gonna lie, it's a little intimidating. Because you've always been there with us, letting us know what to do, and this is our first foray
Yeah.
without you.
Yeah. Well, I have every faith that you're going to do it. Just remember, don't panic. That's all you
We
got
can
to do.
panic when we're back at the hideout.
Yeah, you can panic back at the. You can panic once you're back. Whatever
can panic
goes
once we're
wrong,
back.
don't panic.
Don't panic. I can handle that.
It's just like the potion
And
shop.
and
It's fine. It's fine, Joriah.
Burn down
Are you
another
okay?
building.
I've been better. I wanted to say a couple of things to all of you. First off, like I said, don't panic on the job tonight. You'll do fine. Use your strengths to your advantage. Like if you really need to, you out of all of them have the easiest time just moving through the city unnoticed. So use that to your advantage. Not that it's going to happen.
You're unique, Joriah.
Not that it's going to happen tonight, but whenever push eventually comes to shove, because I feel like it would at some point. I know that you've got more punch than all the rest of them in your way. So if the time ever comes where you've got to use that, don't hold back. You got that bracelet?
It's going for
Always.
Okay, keep that on. Remember, I kept that for you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, keep that with you.
Never comes off.
Good deal. Anyway, good luck tonight.
Thanks.
If you see whomever's coming next, they can probably, let's see. That's where the DM has to pan through their notes. I'll probably be downstairs for the next couple of hours.
All right, I'll let them know.
All right.
I need to grab an ice pack.
Yeah, because you're limping around a little bit.
I'll be fine.
He
for
pretended not to notice.
It's all part of an act.
Uh-huh. So, Ilar, the next person you're looking for is Joria.
Yeah.
So, Joria, where does Ilar find you, and what are you doing?
Ilar finds Joria in his workshop doing maintenance yet again, since he seems to be a bit compulsive about his maintenance before a job and double checking all of his everything, especially the integrated crossbow that he put in not that long ago, making sure it works properly.
And for our viewers, what does Joria look like?
Joria is a clank. His chassis type was guess you would consider it like a manservant and or butler.
Yeah, valet.
But since being picked up by the party and restarted in his new life, Joria has done some minor modifications that may or may not be legal in this city.
Well, to be fair, the fact that you're a sentient clank means you're already illegal.
Yes, but I don't even think some of the clank guards have integrated crossbows.
That's
Also, he's although he has upgraded himself, he still keeps his original patina of a greenish blue.
Mm-hmm.
He also keeps some of the dents and scratches to make it look like he's a second-hand valet.
I mean, it's not a deception.
You are a second valet.
Well, secondhand, yes, valet.
Valet? Joria hasn't valeted
Since the mountains.
since he
Since he got fired.
since
I
he
mean,
got
shot.
fired. Yeah,
Decommissioned.
since he got decommissioned. He
Since
pretends to valet, but he hasn't
actually.
buttled in a while.
Anyway, right about now is when Ilar is going to encounter you in your workshop.
Oh, Joria, it's your favorite. Ilar looks like Inna. But doesn't sound like Inna.
Goes back to screwing in something.
What you doing?
I'm recalibrating the crossbow that is integrated.
So, did you not pay attention to the time?
I'm aware that Inna is 37 minutes late.
Okay, you are paying attention to the time. So, now that we're a little behind schedule, it's fine.
I am using my time wisely
I see
by
that.
going over gear checks before the mission. Now I do not have to do that. Therefore, I've saved the time that I would have lost.
When you're done, Ilvaria wants to see you, and then the three of us can head out.
What of Lev?
Lev is already there.
And Ilvari just wants to see me?
He wants to see all of us, one by one, and then after we finish with tonight, we'll go see him together. I think he, it's his first time being hands off, so he's a little worried, The baby birds are leaving the nest.
Is he expecting us to leave the restaurant?
I mean, he hasn't said so, but he's not, normally he's like a little more involved. This time he was completely hands off. He let us handle it all. And us fleshy ones, we get a little anxious.
Yes, I find that disconcerting.
So he's just, taking care of that anxiety by checking in on us, making sure it's all going okay.
Well, calibrations are complete, so I can move to see Ilvari.
Okay, I will grab some more rope, just in case Inna needs it. Then I'll meet you outside.
You know what? It's fine.
No, you can say what you want to say. It's fine.
Are we sure that Inna will be able to make this climb?
Look, Inna promised she could do it, and we believe in Inna. And if it doesn't go right, well, you have your grappler, right?
Yes, always.
There we go. That's like plan F or something.
I thought Plan F was for fires.
Maybe it's plan S.
Ah.
For safe, Inna.
Secondly, are we sure that Inna's not going to cause another fire?
Look, it's all hand, if there is a fire, well, parties get out of control all the time.
At an alchemist's mansion.
Yes.
So Evaria is definitely not listening into this conversation, but he's getting more nervous by the moment.
He senses a disturbance.
Are we sure this alchemist doesn't deal in explosive ingredients?
Oh, he absolutely does.
Oh.
He deals with all sorts of exotics, which is, part of the issue.
It's an exotic alchemist, huh?
Yeah, the exotics are things only legal because he has money.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, Jiraiya,
Well,
are you ready for your part?
I mean, there's not much for Clanks to do at parties but stand around. It's fine.
Well, your standing around is very important because you have to keep an eye on it. Because if we get caught,
We won't get caught.
we won't. Because you're there. You're the one who keeps us on task, Jiraiya. You know it. If it's up to me and Lev, well,
If it was up to you and Lev, you would have either died in a fire due to Inna, or been beheaded.
Lev and I like to talk ourselves into trouble so we can talk ourselves out. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is fine.
Ilar will pat your shoulder, Jiraiya, and hop out the window.
I will stoically walk toward to Vari.
I'd say that on your way out of your room, you meet Inna, who is rushing to meet you because, of course, she is late.
Try. Okay. So, Ilar talked to you? Yes? No? Possibly? Maybe
Yes.
so. Okay. Ivari wants to talk to you. He was on the roof, but now he is somewhere else. I don't remember where he said he went. No. I'm downstairs. He said he went downstairs. Okay, but that's where he is. I gotta go. I'm not late. You're late. Bye.
It's fine, Jiraiya.
I will continue.
This has been an average interaction between you and Inna.
Nothing has changed. Inna is in top form.
So, it takes you a little bit longer than you might like to find Evaria because the directions that Inna gave you were just so
Downstairs.
precise. But you find him in the kitchen of the Double Standard, helping out with the prep work. Him and the chef Demiplane are both in the kitchen. And he sees you walk in. He says, Joria, good to see you.
Hello, Vari.
Dem, do you mind giving us the room? And Dem says, oh, you take so long to get down here to help with the prep work. Now you need the room. How am I supposed to get anything done in this restaurant?
I am able to multitask. I will help. What is needed?
I need those vegetables chopped. I need this cheese grated, and I need those salads prepared.
Can be done. I'll walk over and proceed to picking up the knife, spinning my head 180 degrees and going, how would you like the vegetables cut?
Julienne.
I believe I know that cut. Lev taught me.
Wait, left. Wait.
Damn it.
Let me see.
All right, I will perform a perfect brunoise.
Give me a finesse roll. And
Somewhere
do you have an experience you'd like to use this for this?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Somewhere, Ilar feels a disturbance in the forest.
Haha. 17 with hope.
17 with hope. Well, take a hope. And he looks at your cuts. Demivo, by the way, a medium-sized rat folk.
Ooh.
Uncommon in the city.
Right, folk. Okay. Okay.
Yes, the reference.
He watches your cuts and says, "It's not the best, but it will do."
Well, it's definitely not a Julienne.
Well enough. All right, I have some other things to do to prepare. You have 5 minutes. And he leaves the room. And Ivaria says, if he wasn't such a talented chef.
We'd lose business.
That's true. So anyway, hope I didn't pull you away from anything too time sensitive, but I just wanted to check in with all of you. How's the job going?
There is a 18.5999 reoccurring probability of success.
18%.
18. That's pretty low, don't you think?
Inna is doing the second story work. Lev is hosting a party. This is in another alchemist lab. The odds of Inna setting another fire are 85%.
Set an alchemist shop on fire once.
It wasn't even you. That's the worst part.
Well, you guys made the plan. So if you don't think the plan's going to work, then you should probably talk to the others about it.
Oh, it probably will plan out. Those are just the percentages.
So what's your part in all this?
I do what they always have me do. I buttle.
Oh, so that means you need to get to the party, doesn't it?
Soon, yes. Inna was running late. Again.
Oh, well. And is always on time.
Sure.
I think she said something once about always arriving when she intends to. Of course, that might have been someone else.
Close enough.
Kids do what they want.
This is true. Inna definitely does what she wants. Are you feeling well?
I'm feeling about as well as someone my age does. If you'd like to observe,
I would, actually.
go ahead and make an instinct check as you look at him.
Sure. It's not like, it's anything bad. Okay. 14 with hope.
14 with hope. Well, take your
Nice.
hope token. And I would say that he seems a bit more out of breath than usual. And he's doing a lot of leaning, and he doesn't usually do that.
A lot of leaning and out of breath. I haven't worked for a simian, so I wouldn't know any of those.
Yeah.
If those are anything to worry
Well,
about.
he's got a lot of weight on his cane today.
Okay.
And as he's holding it there, you can notice his hand is shaking as he's leaning on it even.
I will
He says,
make a note of it, but not. I'll make a note of it, but won't say anything out loud about it.
I wouldn't worry too much about Inna. They've had their difficulties in the past, but they're learning.
Yes, they also have a knack for turning tragedy into triumph.
Yes, they do. That seems to be a working theme with most of you. Although they could do to listen to your sage words more often.
We'd have to bribe less guards.
We'd save a lot more money that way.
Yes.
But yeah, no, just do your best. Keep working with them. They'll come down to you'll come down to understand each other a lot better eventually. You know, I don't think I ever told you. It's been something I've been meaning to say to you. You know, the person who had you before you came here. I think it was Mr. Wharton.
Yes.
You should know it. I mean, it was kind of his fault that that you ended up where you did. In more ways than one, because he talked to somebody that he could trust, and he made sure people would know where to find you. You know what I mean?
I believe I understand.
He didn't really have a choice about having to decommission you.
I just hope that young Mr. Wharton is doing well.
I understand that he is.
Very good.
Anyway, I hope everything goes okay tonight. If it doesn't, I'm counting on you. If things come to a fight, you know, none of the rest of them could physically fight their way out of a wet paper bag if they needed to.
This is fine. I have learned a few things over the years, thanks to you.
You've got a natural talent.
Odd. I don't think I was programmed that way.
Well, who can say? Everyone's wired different. Anyway, I should get going. Lev's the only one left to come find me.
Yes. I believe he is
I need to
at the venue.
I need to make a trip to the Port Isles. So he might find me at Levetto's. But if he shows up later, then I might be back here.
Okay. It's Levetto's.
Levetto is one of the crime bosses in town. And his hideout is a place that some of you have been before. It is a warehouse in the shipyards.
Ilar knows how to get there.
Inna's been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lev has been a lot.
And the good news is it's close to the venue.
Yep. Also, I forgot to mention, after your talk with Evaria, the countdown timer went down to 4. And now that yours is drawing to a close, it will go down to 3.
Oh boy.
Nothing bad could possibly happen.
All right. So, where do you go from here?
I go to the venue.
Go to the venue. We've talked a lot about this venue. So I figure all of you are on your way there one way or another. Where is this venue? And how are you all getting there?
We are taking the horseless carriage.
Ooh.
Because we are arriving sort of as a waitstaff hired entertainer sort of thing.
All right.
And Lev has been hired by a wealthy alchemist who lives on the edge of town to host a reception before the wedding for his only daughter.
Okay.
Lev's a great planner. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yes. Look, it's the day before his daughter's wedding, so
Right.
it's fine. This is like
Just wait till midnight.
the get together. Because Lev's a great party planner.
Right.
Okay.
Best party
So
planner.
it is an alchemist. So the venue is at the alchemist shop at the edge of
It's actually at his house.
at his house. Okay.
Yes, he has a house lab.
Okay. So this sounds like a house in the terraces.
Yes.
All right. So you all meet together at the end, outside the double standard, and get into the carriage.
I guess I'm driving.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There is food in the back that Ilar is making sure is all, safely stacked. So if we have to go fast, nothing's going to end up broken or ruined.
We won't need to go fast.
No, you won't need to go fast.
You never know.
So there's some pastries in there.
Well, I mean,
In a no.
you are running a little bit behind schedule. So if you want to try to make up some lost time, you can make a skill check about it, but you don't have to.
We are actually 43 minutes late now.
Yeah, I'm
And it
gonna
is
try
not
and shave
entirely
some-
my fault.
I'm gonna try and shave some time off of that.
Okay. In that case, what trait would you like to roll to try to shave some time off as you drive through the stone labyrinth to the terraces?
I am going to use. Guess agility doesn't work in this.
Finesse would be good.
Yeah, finesse
It's control.
Yeah, finesse would work
and
for controlling the carriage.
yes.
By now, I'd say it's about mid-morning. You've got a nice sunny drive for most of it, as the sun is in the northeast quadrant of the sky.
That means that Ilar's up front with you.
However, as you get closer to the terraces, you're going to fall into the shadow of the Tower of Light.
Okay.
How ironic.
Also, would my well-read work on help with this check as well?
I mean, if you want to roll knowledge, you can go based on your knowledge of the streets.
And Ilar will actually spend a hope to give you advantage, so you can add a d6
I'm
to
already
this.
gonna get advantage with
Oh.
my
Okay, never
So
mind.
with
well-read.
Never
with the
mind.
well-read, that's a experience, right?
It is no. It is.
It's the background, right?
It is my background.
Aha.
Yeah, my community.
Also, if you want to still give advantage, what that would do is you would roll a d6 for your advantage, and you would roll a d6 for what you give them, and you take the higher of the two.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know if that's the actual rule, but that makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay. 17, 18, 19, 20.
No. You just roll the d6.
Oh. Well, it's still a 5.
So do I add this to my hope or my fear?
You add it to the total.
To the total?
Yeah, it's still the hope or the fear, whichever's higher is which one.
Okay. I got a 3.
I got a 5, so it's 2 more.
All right. So 18 with
Fear.
Oh no.
I don't like how full this box is getting next to me.
mean, I've got 4 hope currently.
I've only got
A lot.
I've got 5 in here.
Too many?
No, 6. I got 6 in here.
Too many?
Uh-huh. What's the worst that could happen?
Yes.
All right. So,
House fire?
Guys, this is our first session and our last session.
so you're going to make up some lost time. Not as much as maybe you wanted. So you arrive a mere 25 minutes late. You made up quite a bit of lost time.
Fashionably late.
But you had to drive through some parts of town where the roads weren't necessarily all that great. I'm
Annette is in the back, plastered on top of some crates, trying to keep them from jostling too much.
I'm afraid there was some bumps along the way. As a reaction, I would like somebody inside to go ahead and make a
That's just in us.
That's just enough.
to make an agility check as a reaction.
Oh. You're a cat.
I'm a
Agility should be
cat.
fine.
12, and this is a reaction, so no hope or fear, right?
Yeah, no hope or fear. So
All right.
12.
12.
Okay. So you have the option either stuff spills or mark a stress.
I will mark a stress. She's trying real hard to keep these crates from falling and spilling because
I will also mention as you're driving that it is an average midsummer's day. That means it is hot
And rainy?
and not rainy
Oh.
Human.
yet. It is incredibly humid.
and is covered head to toe in fur.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, clanks are immune to this.
So,
Yeah, I just, have potential to rust.
when they arrive at the home of the alchemist, the nameless alchemist thus far, and this one if you wants to give him a name.
Lev, I feel like I've been describing everything. You can name them.
The alchemist's name is Federico.
Federico.
Not another I name?
No. Federico Malara.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that.
Federico Malara. You arrive at the home of Federico Malara, and I imagine since you're being part of the service to this party, you come to the back door.
Yes.
And you start loading your things in, but one of you needs to go and find Lev.
Yes. Ilar's gonna do that.
So, Lev, where does Ilar find you, and what are you doing?
Um,
And how are you presenting?
So normally Lev has dark hair with a silver streak through it, right? He's normally pretty scruffy looking, normally wears a lot of black clothes. He's very tanned. Right now, he's still wearing the black clothes. He's still pretty tan. Every hair on his body has been shaven off.
Oh,
There are scales painted around his neck and coming up, and his normally icy blue eyes, you think he must be wearing contacts or something, because he has eyes that are just slits.
ooh. All right. So, Lev has just described himself as somebody who is most likely an immortal. Immortals tend to take on the
Appearance of snakes.
the
right?
appearance of snakes. That's right. And if that's part of this gig, I'm going to set this chocolate over here.
Oh no!
I feel I should explain that chocolate, for folks that haven't seen our streams many years ago, if I end up in a game having to cause or be part of a player character's death, that makes me very sad, and it makes them very sad. So I keep chocolate on hand for consolation.
For yourself.
For myself.
Oh, is this what we're calling it?
For
Consolation.
myself, and you know, I feel
Consolation.
it's only fair if I also share with the person who lost a character.
Okay.
So today's chocolate,
Consolation.
I've got these chocolate bars. Today's chocolate, we are not sponsored, but this is a wonderful company that, like many of the characters in there, the company has a kind of Italian-sounding name, and they do their best to make sure their supply line is free of any non-consensual labor. So I find this company very very nice, and the chocolate's delicious.
Agreed.
At some point, maybe we can get a sponsorship.
Yes, maybe.
Look, chocolate companies, if you're watching.
Hey, chocolate companies, if you're watching, you got a good gig here. Anyway, so you find Lev, disguised as an immortal, running this party. Also, describe what the Qatari child Lost is doing to help you, because despite all attempts to keep him home, he's at the party.
Oh.
Lost is serving hors d'oeuvres.
Uh-huh.
He's taking the plate to various different groups and offering them up. But yeah, he's supposed to cause a distraction later.
He's really good at that.
Is Lost short for Lost My Ever-Loving Mind?
Actually, his name is short for Lost Everything, Found Nothing.
I mean, he is an orphan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's one of Lev's favorites.
naturally.
You know, probably takes after Lev a little bit.
I mean, maybe.
Sees he has a mentor, father type, big brother type figure.
Oh God, I hope not.
Lost has been getting a little bit anxious because he knew that these guys were supposed to arrive at some point, but that they've been...
Yeah, right. They're very late at this point.
Uh-huh. So yes, you encounter Lev.
Yes, so Ilar has changed clothes. They are still a simian, but now they are a younger female simian, dressed more ornately, similar to how a servant to an immortal might dress. And she will come in and be like, "My lord, I hate to interrupt, but there's been a complication, and they need you specifically."
What kind of complication?
They said it required your presence at the docks. There was some supply chain issue, that glassware you ordered. This humble one deeply apologizes.
And you can't deal with it yourself?
They insisted I could not. They needed to speak to you. They didn't believe me when I said...
I'm going to apologize to my hosts.
Mm-hmm.
And I must excuse myself. I'm sorry. I'm currently needed somewhere else to deal with a problem that
Now, did we say what kind of person Frederico
have
is?
not.
Okay. Frederico is a simia. And we've established an alchemist.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say, it's fine. You're throwing a great party. I couldn't have asked for better. I'm sure whatever the problem is, you will you will see to it that everything goes off without a hitch.
I will be back soon, my friend.
Go ahead and make a presence roll for me.
I think I would like to spend a hope to use an experience. Actually, I will spend a hope to gain advantage on a roll to deceive or trick someone into believing a lie that you tell them.
Okay.
So,
Much
we'll
better.
throw that over there.
Hmm.
It's an extra d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a 21 with fear.
With fear.
Oh,
I will
no.
take the fear. And now, Frederico is sometimes pretty inscrutable, but you feel you've got his reactions pretty well read at this point. He believes you. But despite his protestations, he is a little bit irritated that there's a problem.
So am I. Well, lead the way.
Of course. Laura will lead you. Glassworks is obviously code word between us. We know exactly what the glassworks are.
Mm-hmm.
So,
At least nobody forgot a basket.
no one's forgot a basket yet. All our baskets are in one place. And
That's good because I don't want anything going wrong.
we have the horseless carriage. If you aren't
Uh-huh.
back in 5 minutes, I'll take your place, but be back in 5 minutes.
I'll try my best.
5 minutes.
Well, he has the horseless carriage. It's close by.
It's crosstown.
Okay. 30 minutes.
30 minutes I think I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it's about?
Ilaria didn't say. I mean, he kind of talked to all of us beforehand. I think it's just
Say no more. I might know what it's about.
The rest of you, since you did go into the back, have the opportunity to chime in if you want to about where to find Devaria right now.
I will lean into Lev. And I will say, well, first I will kind of scan the back room to make sure it's just our people back here.
Go ahead and make a instinct.
Great. It could be worse. It's just a 0.
We'll make this.
oh no.
Shevin
Shevin
with fear.
with fear. Ooh, I would take more fear. The room seems to be just you.
I believe he said he was going to the Glassworks would be the code word, so going to the Glassworks. And I'll also tell Lev I don't think he's long for us, with us.
All right.
So the message you just got is that he's probably at the shipyard.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're not making it back in 30 minutes.
Right. How long do I think it'll take?
Probably 45.
If I'm not back in an hour.
Understood.
All right.
You got it.
So, yeah. And with that message from Joria, I think we'll go ahead and take our break.
All
Oh,
right.
great.
All right.
Hey, Lev, how do you feel about pre-wedding?
Hello again, friends. We're still on break, but I'd like to take a moment to ask for your support. Here at Glitched Gamers, we are not professionals. We're just a group of friends having fun. So far, everything we've made here, the cost is covered by our own passion and whatever we can spare from our day jobs. If you are enjoying the show and want to help make this whole experience better, you can support us in a few different ways. The best way is by joining our Patreon. Our Patreon account is linked below. Right now we have 3 membership tiers. Our starting tier is Beloved NPC. For $3 a month, it does include access to a chat room and Patreon where you can send questions to the cast and crew. For $5, you can access the Adventurer tier. At this level, you can also see our behind-the-screens posts, and you'll have exclusive access to the ad-free versions of our videos. For $25, you can become a legendary hero. All of our legendary heroes will get their username listed in the show credits, and if we ever start creating merch, we will send you some swag, along with our eternal gratitude. Another great way to share your support is with Twitch subscriptions, which you can get for yourself or gift to other users in the Twitch chat. A Twitch subscription grants you access to videos on demand that you can watch the same day or stream live. They also let you use some really cute emojis in the chat, and doing so would make all of us very happy. Lady Drekon, our artist, she's the artist who created all of our character artwork and the cute emojis that you see in Twitch. And it would make all of us very happy to see those emojis pasted all over the place in chat. If you are watching on YouTube, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. We are unfortunately not yet monetized on YouTube, but your engagement will help us nonetheless to please the immortal algorithm. Last but not least, you can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky to get updates on our schedule as well as other fun content. If you want to dive into our world lore or try out our homebrew campaign frame, check out our Siedovar world page on World Anvil. You can find links to all of this and more in the in-video description or the Twitch panels below. Thank you. You need to make your way across town.
Mm-hmm.
So you have gotten into the horseless carriage, disguised as an immortal.
Right.
So describe to me how you are crossing town to reach the shipyards.
Well, I'm going to take this a little bit away, not too far,
Okay.
and find an alleyway.
All right.
And then go into the carriage and pull out my cloak and a hat.
Uh-huh.
Not a warm hat. That wouldn't make any sense.
No.
It's a sun hat.
You know, it's not my hat,
No, it's not.
but it's someone's hat.
Mm-hmm.
And it covers the fact that I don't have any hair immediately. So I'm going to put the hat on. I'm going to button up my shirt so you can't see the scales anymore coming up my neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take the contacts out.
It's only stifling hot for a little bit.
Yeah.
I would like 2 rolls from you. One of
Yes.
them a reaction.
All right.
First, I would like finesse,
A
to
finesse.
hide your movements, to look unsuspicious as you hide this car in an alley.
All right. 10. With hope.
With hope. Okay, take a hope.
Oh, that's a reaction though.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
right, it is
yeah,
with
that is a
reaction. So
reaction.
yes,
That's
just
right.
10.
So just 10. Okay. You seem to not be spotted. Oh, speaking of, I need to mention, when you guys were talking before at the house of Frederico, I said that you didn't see anyone before you started talking.
Mm-hmm.
After you finished talking, you saw a shadow move out of the room.
Right. We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, you guys get to deal with that in a minute. Back to Lev. You're changing your appearance. Give me a what kind of role do you believe you should need to go ahead and change your appearance to not look like an immortal?
Probably presence to deceive?
That seems about right.
Ooh. 5.
5.
With hope.
Okay.
Okay, that's something at least.
Oh boy.
I'm going to say that you take the obvious signs of being an immortal and put them.
Is that with your +2?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. 6.
Okay. And you put them somewhere, or you hide these signs of you being an immortal.
Mm-hmm.
But the point of the fact is that you are still a human in a city with so few humans driving a horseless carriage.
Yep.
There is a very high possibility that you're going to encounter some well, I should say I'm going to spend a fear. And as you leave the terraces and enter the stone labyrinth, the narrow streets, at one point you come to a spot where there is a patrol that is blocking the road because there is an establishment in which soldiers of Sarat are conscripting those within a drinking establishment to join the war. Oh, by the way, there's a war going on.
Press gang.
Some people are
fun.
being conscripted.
Wait, there's a war on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Not that long ago, the forces of Sarat, whom Siedovar is a part, launched a surprise attack against elves in a place called Lawata. Our resident lore expert in the group will get all kinds of information about that later. Anyway, but in front of you there is a roadblock and people being conscripted.
Do I feel like I can go around without being noticed?
Not without being noticed. You would have to back up because the roads in the stone labyrinth are very narrow.
All right. In which case, let's wait our turn to get through.
Okay. This is going to cause things to take a bit longer, so I'll take the countdown down to 2.
Okay.
Oh no.
Your turn does come to go through, but you are going to have to speak to the guards as you do. They see you, and they seem impressed by the horseless carriage. Not very many people have these things, you know. And one of these guards looks up at you, and this patrol includes several gray-cloaked guards. Now, the gray cloaks, as some people have come to call them, are called that because, well, typically when somebody joins the guard, they get issued a standard issue green cloak. But the weather in Siedovar is so terrible and hot and rainy that within several weeks, those green cloaks are gray.
Of course.
So anyone actually wearing a green cloak either is brand new or somebody with something shoved so far up somewhere that they care about what color their cloak is.
Gotcha.
In any case, these are all gray cloaks with several soldier drones. These are automata clanks that are assisting them. And they see your car come up and they put up their hand to halt you. And they say, "Where are you bound? Human?"
What race are these guards?
A mix of Qatari and Simia. Some of each.
I'm going to look them.
There's, I'd say, 1 or 2 ribbits in there too.
I'm going to look them dead in the eye
Okay.
and tell them it's none of their damn business. And then I'm going to unbutton.
We're all gonna die.
It's only session 1.
Go big or go home.
Give me a presence check.
All right. I think I would like to spend a hope
To add your experience.
to use
Do you get the advantage?
use Deaf Deceiver
Uh-huh.
to get advantage.
Right.
And then I would like to spend another hope to use my experience of Silver-Tongued Devil
My God.
to add to this.
Okay.
Because you go big or you go home.
You go dead, honestly, at this point.
That's not great. 7, 8, 10, 12.
12
12.
with.
With fear.
Oh, no.
Are you?
We're
did
dead.
you add your +2?
Yep.
Both of them. Okay, you got a +2 from experience
oh,
and your
right.
+2 from presence.
7, 8, 10, 12, 14.
14. All right.
It could be better.
Better than 12.
Yes.
The one in front looks skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
But he's about to say something. And the one behind him grabs him by the arm and shakes his head.
I give the one grabbing his arm a real toothy smile.
They step aside and wave you through.
Remember that face?
Oh.
But that first guard, you feel like he didn't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who would be stupid enough to impersonate an immortal?
Right.
Yeah. Who?
Who would be that dumb?
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, you find your way through the stone labyrinth, driving your horseless carriage. Now, to get to the port isles, the best bridge is, of course, the Black Bridge,
Right.
which
How much time have I already lost?
you've lost a good bit. So I'm actually going to say, as you are approaching the Black Bridge, the double standard is right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you see riding in a rickshaw that's being pulled by one of the city's drones.
Mm-hmm.
You see Ivaria returning to the double standard.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that was convenient at least. Some things work out well.
Yeah,
I
one thing.
suppose.
So you don't have to go to the shipyard. He's right there.
Right, I'll make up some time then.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. You got an hour,
At this rate, you should get back in time.
Right.
which is good.
At this rate.
Right.
At this rate.
You follow him in?
Yes.
Okay, so you park out front and you follow him in, and he kind of double takes when he sees you. It's like, traveling pretty bold.
Had to. Part of the plan.
Right. Okay. Well, follow me. I'm on my way to my study.
We're not gonna die at all.
We probably need to make this fast.
Yes, I
Whatever.
can see.
Yes.
And he will have you follow him downstairs into the corridors beneath the double standard to his private sanctum.
Okay.
You barely ever get to come in here. The walls of this place are lined with some sculpted, carved images of the city in days past that barely resemble the city today. He's going to sit down in a easy chair, and he's going to gesture for you to have a seat yourself in one of the other chairs in the room.
I'll sit down and lean forward.
He closes his eyes momentarily as he apparently rests a little bit before he starts speaking. And he's going to say, I understand that time is short, so I'll try to make this fast. First of all, how are things going with the job?
They're going good. You didn't tell them why you picked this place, right?
Not so far, no.
Good, because if they knew that we were sabotaging some immortal bullshit, I don't think they would like it very much.
Some of them would certainly be on board.
Sure. Some of them take to heart, fuck the rules, but some of the others, not quite so much.
I helped you pick the target, how much you tell them, although if it were up to me, I'd say tell them everything, but I like for people to be fully informed of what they're getting into.
I'll tell them after. Listen, you know how they react. You know how she reacts when her nerves get rough.
That's right. We don't want her to panic.
Right.
You got this.
I got this.
All right, well, you're pretty clever, so I hope you're on top of things.
We got this.
I mean, looks like you just drove across town without a proper disguise, and you made it. So, he pours himself a drink, hand shaking a little bit.
I mean, it's not exactly easy to pretend to be anything else other than that for a human in this city, right?
That's true.
Especially one that's connected.
You got to be careful with that. There are people in this town who know every immortal in town,
I'm well aware.
and you're not one of them.
No, I definitely am not.
I guess you could pretend to be a servant of an immortal.
Do you mind?
I was going for wordplay.
Level reach over and pour himself a drink too.
Hand shaky.
Just a little.
Everything is okay.
Everything is fine.
All right.
Going to plan.
So, it seems as though the plan's going well. I did want to make sure and see if there's anything you need from me before you go on.
I'd like you to stop worrying so much and get some rest.
I'll do my best. Seems like you've got this well in hand. There are some things I wanted to say to you. That it's good that you're clever. I'm not going to be around forever. And as it turns out, Eva's coming faster than I thought. So,
Do the others know?
I haven't said.
Joria perhaps suspects.
Well, he's observant. I would expect him to notice. That's why I wanted to make sure to talk to all of you. I want you to know I just got back from Levetto's warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I named you as my successor.
You did what?
Look, Ilar has other relationships to manage. They'd be the obvious choice, but they got to keep our relationship with Matre Ilara tip top. So that means you get to handle Levedo.
All right.
Do you think Ina or Joria would be the ones to do that?
It would be amusing to watch, but no.
On one hand, Ina would handle things very well until
There's too much pressure.
there was too much pressure. And if I name an automata as my successor, that's going to automatically let them know that that's not an ordinary machine.
So I'm the only one you have left.
Right. He seemed curious why I would pick a human, but I've smoothed that over as well as I could.
You should tell the others,
That'll come after.
about you being sick.
After the job.
The job.
After the job.
It must have been a hell of a lot of grease.
To smooth things over,
Yep.
right?
Because if you kick the bucket before they get to say goodbye to you,
It's an important job,
right?
and you're deep in it. If things went wrong now, things would go very wrong.
I'm aware.
I'll be here resting.
You do that.
All right. Sorry to pull you away. It
Understandable.
was pretty important.
Yeah, it was. You good?
I'll manage.
All right.
All right. With that, I will take the counter and move it from a 2 to a 1.
When after Lev leaves the room,
Uh-huh.
he'll wipe the tears out of his eyes that were threatening to spill over.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
But he was happy that he played it off that
What was that?
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing?
He's happy that he played it off that he,
He's not
Didn't break down.
affected.
Uh-huh.
right.
He's totally chill.
He's totally chill.
Totally chill.
Yeah. Back to the party.
All right. You just need to cross town one more time, but this time at least you know where the roadblock is.
Right. I'm taking a different route.
Maybe a little bit more of a disguise.
When I thought that I needed to get to the high-ranking muckety-muck thieves and whatnot,
Uh-huh.
I needed to look not like an immortal.
Right.
But now, I don't need to worry about that. So, everything back on.
An immortal driving his own horseless carriage?
It happens.
It happens.
How novel.
He's
It
slumming
it definitely happens when you want to open up the horseless carriage and see how fast it'll go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
What role would you like to make to cross town?
Can I help you argue for president?
Agility?
We're gonna do a finesse roll, I think, for control.
Okay.
As I gun this thing.
All
I was
right.
gonna say presence in your air regality as you say.
I am going to give you a situational advantage.
Okay. So a D6?
A D6.
Okay, cool.
Because you know these streets.
And you're an immortal.
Yeah,
Right.
people are getting out of his way.
Is that?
12.
You've added all your bonuses.
Yep.
Okay.
With hope or with fear?
Obviously with fear.
I don't to burn
Trey,
those dice.
I love your rolls so much.
Burn them.
Exorcism.
No.
They're gorgeous.
The
However,
only thing
need
that would make this better
exorcism.
is if I had our fear tracker.
Listen. You must trust the dice to tell the story.
the story.
Whether it gets me killed or whether it gets all of you killed.
Oh.
Session 1, everybody dies.
Everybody dies. You guys wanted a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Session 1, Lev dies. Almost happened.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing as a tier 1 guard in this city.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's something everybody should know, is that
Don't screw with the guards.
certain combat encounters,
Are lethal.
if you didn't plan it, it's not balanced.
Right.
That said,
So cheat. Got it.
you what?
It should always balance towards us. So cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't fight fair.
Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, you find your way back to the party in the terraces. And I forgot to ask when I first got here. I know it's like a party before a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this a fancy party with proper music? Or what sort of party is this?
How rich are these people?
Very rich.
Very rich. Exotic. It is very fancy.
Uh-huh.
It is got music. It had
Hors
hors d'oeuvres even.
Or I should say, they want to make the appearance that they are very rich.
Oh.
Well, the difference between a good musician and a great musician is a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
So, the musicians are competent. The hors d'oeuvres may have been sourced from a convenient local estabulatory across town where I just came from originally.
Uh-huh.
Fish
But
might
you know,
come
as
from
long as
out
you
of the
tell them
river.
that the ingredients are exotic, they'll like, oh my gosh, this is the fanciest thing I've ever eaten.
It's all about how you present it.
Yeah, fish out of the bay. You know.
So you're saying this isn't a very raucous party? It's
No.
okay.
No, this
Meanwhile,
is the type of party that, you have groups of people talking with each other and, people going from group to group.
meanwhile, let's talk about what's been going on here while you've been gone.
Yeah. We got that little shadow to deal with.
Yeah.
Anna's taking off after it.
Okay.
Going quickly but silently, she's slinking.
Okay.
She's slinking after it.
What roll would you like to make to chase them down?
Agility?
Okay, go ahead and roll agility.
And can I use a hope to? I don't know if this experience will work. It only one needs to keep a secret.
Yes.
To give myself some advantage. Oh, wait, no, that's not advantage. That's
plus two.
experience.
That's a plus
Well,
two.
that's plus 2.
Yeah.
I got my rules mixed up. Ah, gosh, darn it. 18 with fear.
Oh, but that's a successful roll. Be happy about it.
Except there's a complication.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Guys, have we rolled one roll with hope?
2,
2 rolls.
I got 1.
3.
This is my first roll with fear or hope because my first roll was actually a reaction.
Yep. So you follow the shadow around the corner and you find the little Qatari lost.
Lost. What are you doing?
I was looking for Lev. I was supposed to do a thing, but I can't. But
Lev had to step out, but he'll be back.
okay, we're behind schedule already. I wasn't sure if I should go ahead and do it without him here.
Not yet, not until he's back. I know we're behind schedule, but everything will be fine.
Okay.
Everything will be fine. Just keep serving hors d'oeuvres.
All right. I heard some talk about glassworks.
Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Everything is fine. Lev will be back shortly.
Okay.
There were some complications, but he'll smooth.
Yeah,
they'll
I
be
do.
smooth
I
out.
do need to make it back. TiVo was looking for, was trying to keep me at home, and
Oh, what'd you do this time?
it was nothing. Okay, I might have got the attention of some inspector, but
You got the intention. Lost. Oh.
it's not like I did any actual magic. It was just like a sleight of hand.
We'll talk later. Refill your plate of hors d'oeuvres. Get back to the party. When it's time, when Lev gets back, he'll let you know when to do the thing.
Okay, all right. I'll go do that. Give me a instinct as a reaction.
Okay, that's better. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 with hope.
You don't. It was a reaction.
Wait, as a reaction. I was so
Okay,
excited.
You are reasonably sure nobody overheard your conversation with Lost in the hallway.
Ilar will appear behind you, because Ilar followed at a much more sedate pace, because currently pretending to be a servant of an immortal. But once they see that it's just Lost in you, it's kind of like, okay, it's
They
fine.
didn't say anything overly suspicious or specific.
No.
Get the 9 lives out of me. Lost, go keep serving hors d'oeuvres.
I'm on it.
6.
Am I waiting for Lev?
We are waiting for our master to get back and let us know what needs to be done next.
Oh, right. Yeah. Master. Yes. Sorry. Waiting for what's your cover?
The hardest question,
I know,
name right now.
Uh-huh.
It's a great name. It's the best name.
Whatever.
Master Orsino.
Yes. Hathis Orsino.
Hathis Orsino. Nice. Right. So we're waiting for Master Orsino.
We're waiting for Master Orsino to get back.
Okay.
And here I thought you were going to say Master Visual.
So go keep serving hors d'oeuvres, and
Basta.
if he has anything else for you to do when he gets back, he will let you know.
I have another question. Is this an alias you've used before?
Is this established fake immortal?
Yes.
This is an established fake immortal.
Okay.
Yes. I wouldn't have been invited to run the.
Well,
the
you
party
definitely built up your reputation with the person who hired you.
Right.
How do you spell Osino?
Orsino. I took it from a video game.
Steal with pride.
Nice. Okay, so anything else that you guys are talking about before?
Not so much talking about, but Ilar will prepare a little gift package for the alchemist
Okay.
as my master said I have to apologize because it's my fault, not his, that this has happened. So
Yes. You do find
Yeah.
Federico
yes,
up on the second story of his villa.
okay,
He is currently enjoying a drink as the music plays, and he seems to be watching the bride and groom to be across the room, enjoying each other's company, kind of smiling but not really. And he sees you approach,
yes.
and he says, you're the assistant.
I am. I've come to apologize for taking my master away from your party, and ruining the atmosphere, and I would like to give you this gift to show my sincere condolences for my failure at taking care of my master's business.
All right. He regards you, looks at the gift, and this is where I ask you, what's the gift?
The gift appears to be a rare Bazor from, yes, it's a very good alchemy ingredient.
Mm-hmm. Appears to be.
Yes.
So, I'm going to have you make 2 rolls then.
Oh gosh.
What roll would you like to make a fake Bazor?
Okay.
Or is this something that...
It was pre-prepared.
Pre-prepared?
Yes.
Okay. So, who prepared the fake Bazor?
Probably Joria.
Yeah.
Will can I potentially use my experience master of disguise on this guy?
I'll allow it.
That's a +2.
You spend a hope to do so.
Yep.
Crit, come on.
Oh, well, I'm gonna use knowledge to make this. And, wow. 21 with fear.
Aha! Do it.
You guys are going to max me out at this rate.
I mean, that's one way to do it, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm switching.
And now you
guys
need to make
hate
a
us.
presence roll to smooth things over, and you have advantage because this is a very, very convincing-looking Bazor.
Yeah, tailored, even.
Oh, wait, if I'm using knowledge,
Christ.
I would have advantage as well because of
You're well-read.
me being well-read.
You've already blown
You've
the
already
DC
blown the
away.
Okay.
But I wanted to
Well,
get higher.
Uh-huh. Well, it was, what, 21?
Yep.
Roll a 4 or higher, and you'll hit a 25.
5.
You're pretty sure that the best alchemist in the world wouldn't be able to tell that's a fake. It might actually work as a real one. You never know.
wouldn't that
faked
be
it so well,
something?
it became real.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
I got a 15.
With hope.
No, with fear.
A 15 with fear.
Yup.
Doomed.
We're doomed.
The dice are telling a story,
They
and
are.
it's not a nice one.
With that,
I am just a servant.
this is a what I'm going to call a social encounter.
Yeah.
And so, with a 15, you feel like you're going to smooth this over. What do you say to him other than, here's a gift?
I do say that thank you for understanding that it was my mistake, not my master's. We understand that this is a very important occasion for you, and I should have been, better prepared, should have had this scheduled for another day.
And he's going to say, this has been a very important party.
I understand.
I came to you on the eve of my daughter's wedding. Sorry, I could not.
You had to slow it in. You had to.
Came to you on the eve of my daughter's wedding. Had this not been a spectacular party, I would not be able to overlook. But it's been fantastic. And that gift is, well, it is amazing.
I'm grateful that you appreciate the gift and the party.
Let Mr. Orsino know that I will probably be looking to contract their services again sometime soon.
I will inform my master.
Will they be back soon?
Yes, he should be back shortly.
Okay. Yeah, I might try to talk to him some more later.
He would love that.
All right. I'm going to spend a fear to use an ability that I'm making up for him.
Oh no.
He's going to give you a look that says, "You're a servant, go away."
Ilar understands this look and leaves. Yeah. No, Ilar is here to be a servant and completely understands this look.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, you're going back downstairs after your conversation with Federico, and you see Hathis Orsino come in through the front door.
Master Orsino, I have given our gift to Federico, and he wishes to converse with you about future opportunities.
Good work.
Is there anything else you require of me?
No, not at this time.
I'll go serve hors d'oeuvres then.
When you walk into the room, when you leave the foyer and go into the main room where the party is mainly taking place, people remark on they notice you entering. One particular person sees you entering, and you have a split moment, if you wish, to lock eyes with them and signal that you don't want the distraction right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Give me a presence check. Reaction.
All our hope
20.
rolls are
With
20. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
reaction.
It's a reaction.
Reaction.
That is a success. The distraction does not take place right now. I will go ahead and I've spent the fear to make that happen. I mean, I figure I've got all of this. I need to spend it on some fun complications.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's fine. Don't spend it at all. You can bank it till next year.
Bank it until I hit max. No, that's a waste. Anyway,
Because then you can't gain more.
you lock eyes with Lost just in time that he understands. Oops, not yet.
Good.
So you need to prepare, as I understand, once you hear the distraction taking place, to scale the outer wall.
one of the outer walls, yes, we had scouted it beforehand. It is a part of the wall that is near the garden, so it has some lovely lattice work going up the side, exactly to the room that we need to go to, because he needs some plants that he grows, so he can send a servant to right down.
And I'm going to say that you probably need to wait for a specific point of a specific time of day where the shadow from the terraces tower falls on the house.
Precisely. So she has already changed into darker clothing. Covering up as much of her cream-colored fur as she can, tucked her tail away.
Couldn't have had a black cat.
That's exactly why I made her flame. So it was colorful.
A black cat would have been too easy.
It would have been too easy. And she is currently hiding, or she's lurking nearby. Servants don't come out this way too often around this time of day because they're not needed right now. So she's just kind of lingering with her bag of stuff ready.
What is Joria up to?
I am buttling.
We're buttling, serving drinks, and
Yes, and keeping an eye on our young ward.
who should
Lost.
not, who according to the plan you knew, should not be here.
Right. And he is a complication, and therefore I have to stay near him. Also, I have to make sure that he doesn't get squished in the process.
Yes, that's very important. All right, Lev.
Yeah.
all up to you.
It's your plan.
Right. So, it's my plan. And everybody's in position now.
I'm also going to be scoping out what kind of security this alchemist has.
Give me a instinct.
Okay, instinct. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I like that. I like that. 10. Crit!
Nice.
Nice.
Take your hope.
Take your hope. Clear stress if you have one.
I don't.
It's only us who are stressed.
Us.
I have physical stress, but it hasn't cleared.
Am I stressing you guys? I'm sorry. No, I'm
No,
not.
you are.
So, yeah. You are looking around and you see that there is household security, that they are, as part of the plan, enjoying the party.
Ilar would also like to make a presence check as the head of the immortal servants
Uh-huh.
to keep people from going out to the back garden area.
Yep. You can go ahead and make that presence check, but as part of your instinct roll just now,
Oh, no.
I'm going to say that you clock something very important with your critical success. You clock that there is a ribbit here. And
Oh no.
ribbits have amphibian skin.
Mm-hmm.
You clock that this one's got scales on the top of its head.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Well,
Okay.
They are enjoying the party.
Uh-huh.
oh wait, I don't get advantage for that.
They seem to be a friend of the groom.
Oh no.
We didn't look at the guest list close enough, guys.
Distraction.
With that
I'm
information,
gonna go ahead and spend a fear for that particular complication too.
I
Because you didn't roll with fear. You didn't deserve that.
am I'm going to
You better do something fast because you notice Lev getting ready to signal for the distraction to start.
Go ahead and make your presence check.
I did. It's
Okay.
15 with fear.
I'm going to
Ooh.
slip some of the guards some more booze and then make my way over to my master.
How long does it take you?
It's as I'm like I clock it, I hand the drinks off to the guards and make a beeline to you. Kind of like, oh, hold on for these for a moment. I must speak with my master. And then
Do I notice him?
Um,
I also don't make it seem like I'm worried.
yeah.
I make it seem like it's part of the program.
Sorry, I was mildly distracted by the presence roll. So what did you do?
I am like the guards are enjoying the party.
Right.
So I am going to slip them a few more drinks on my way past them
Uh-huh.
to get to Lev.
Okay. No contest.
Do I notice him coming before I give the signal?
I would say roll instinct at advantage because he is
Part of the party.
yeah. He is specifically acting in a way that should get your attention.
15.
Yeah, you clock him.
With fear.
This was a reaction.
Okay.
Now, as far as your presence roll, you got a 15 with fear.
Yes.
You are, so far, able to keep anyone interested in going into the backyard, and you've kept them inside. However, at this point, you are a little bit tied up because there is a Simia. It is the second daughter of the host, and they seem very interested in talking to you.
Okay. Is this like in a flirting way?
Definitely.
Ilar absolutely does not clock that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Ilar's just like, I don't understand why she keeps
We're
talking.
gonna have to work on that later.
If there is a later.
There is a
It's like-
later.
I thought it was very nice, the gift that I saw you giving my father. It was such a great ingredient. What was that again?
It was a Beazor. It's the combined. Well, it's really unpleasant to describe, but it's basically the combined bile from a creature that forms in the gut. Yes.
Well, I mean, if I balked at all of my dad's alchemy ingredients, then I'd never be much of a student.
Oh, you're interested in alchemy yourself.
I am. I was just wondering, how did you come across that?
Well, it wasn't me specifically. I do the accounting for my master, and in doing so, we found out that one of his shipping companies had actually come across it, and they didn't know what it was.
Oh, so it was just a purely coincidence.
It was perfectly timed, too, because your father contacted us shortly after, and, well, I wouldn't be half as good as I am if I didn't immediately point out to my master how fortuitous this was.
Oh, that was very lucky. If you should ever happen to come across any more
I will
special
absolutely
ingredients,
think of you.
yeah, keep me in mind. Drop by anytime you like.
Your eyes are actually the exact shade of nightshade used in several poisons.
Oh boy.
Through her fur,
Yeah.
she blushes.
Oh my.
And with that, no presence roll required. She's going to excuse herself. She's feeling a little flustered. Your eyes are the color of poison to an alchemist.
Yeah.
You got Simia Mau Mau over here.
Ilar completely missed it. It was just like, yeah, your eyes are the exact shade of nightshade I've seen.
This is how it works.
Accidental Casanova.
This is how it works.
You've got a fan.
That poor girl. She has no idea.
Has no idea.
There's no idea that the person she's talking to will never be seen again.
Nope. Does not exist, cannot exist, will not.
Unless we need to use her later in the future.
That's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. If you had clocked that.
Nope. Ilar does not recognize.
All right.
I'll write down my
Yeah.
character.
So,
I will walk up like I'm checking on the host of the party as a servant. There is a serpent in the hen house.
that's a new one on me. But the message got across very clearly.
Yep. The distraction might work too well.
And I will say that, angle my shoulder just toward the immortal, and then walk straight.
Before you walk off,
Mm-hmm.
I think I forgot my basket.
Understood. I'll go
And-
fetch it.
And I'm going to look at the kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to look at me. And I'm going to give him the signal.
Okay. A moment later, you hear a crashing noise as a plate of hors d'oeuvres gets tipped over, and I'm going to give him a check
Okay?
Oh gosh.
on how circumspect he is at choosing his target.
Please. Please.
Okay.
Please, not the immortal.
I
Please, not the fucking immortal.
I do have a plan for him
Okay.
on what he could have done.
All right.
This is before I knew that there was
I
an
know.
immortal in this place. And I was going to be the outraged person.
Okay.
But he circumspectly, hopefully, leaves on the floor a headless serpent.
So you had the distraction.
Oh, so his distraction isn't to spill hors d'oeuvres.
No.
It's to leave a headless serpent on the
Yep.
floor. And not and to okay.
Shit. Okay.
Yee.
Guys, we might die here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had nothing to do with it.
All Inna knows is she was told, listen for shouts and start climbing.
Well, you hear shouts because nobody's sure where or who put it there, or where they went after they did. But in the middle of the buffet table, there is a long, headless serpent.
Up the lattice work she goes.
And people are gasping, and there's some angry shouts, and it comes to your attention. The other immortal in the room so far hasn't reacted.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, consider that for a moment.
Okay.
You've been out here waiting. The shadow from the tower has fallen over this side of the house several minutes ago.
Come on.
Something's holding things up.
Come on.
And then you hear it.
Up the lattice work she goes.
Okay. I imagine you're looking to roll agility?
Yes, and I will use another hope for second story.
Perfect. Second story work.
+2.
Give yourself advantage for the practice you've done.
Okay.
Whew. Okay, so that's with hope.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna take that back.
Yeah.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 with hope.
18 with hope. Up you go.
Up I go to the window.
The window is locked, but you expected that.
I expected that. Tick, 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 tick.
Okay, give me a finesse check. Again, with advantage, because you guys did the research to know exactly what kind of lock you're dealing with.
Oh, this is gonna be with fear.
But it looks like it looks like a good roll to begin with, though.
25 with fear.
25 with fear.
I've been practicing for weeks.
All right. You get the window open,
Window open.
and
Slinks inside.
it slides open a few inches, and it stop. Strength for a reaction.
Please roll higher than -1. Decent. 11 with hope. Wait, no, that's a reaction.
It's a reaction. You get it fully open, but it makes this.
That's why they're shouting.
They're
That's why they're
screaming, they're
going
shouting.
downstairs. Slinks inside, being a little quicker now, because she doesn't want to risk it. Turns because she knows where the target is.
Okay.
It's not fully a lab because he has somewhere else more secure and more more like insulated for like actual lab work. This is more of a small little mini lab, like
Prestige lab. Prestige lab.
Yes, and this is something where he wants to show things off,
Right.
which includes sitting on a desk nearby, which is close to the window. A lovely display of potions. Beautiful bottles. The liquid inside glitters like gems of varying colors. She's not sure what she does, what they all do. She was told what colors to look for. She opens her bag, takes out a padded box, usually used for transport of other glass vials and alcohol.
All right. So tell me, how many potions are you picking up here?
She is trying to pick up at least 5.
At least 5. Okay, and you've got replacements for each of them.
Got replacements for each one, color coded even.
Okay, that's very simple. I'm going to spend a fear, though,
Okay.
to add a complication.
Oh boy.
You go there and you spot all of the potions you're looking for, except there's 2 black ones.
Oh no.
They are labeled differently.
Oh no.
And
Jiraiya, did you label our potion bottles?
Yes. We did our research. We would know that the potions in the cabinet would be labeled.
these 2 look very similar. The labels are almost identical, but with an apostrophe in just a little different spot.
Ooh.
What's the difference?
I would like you to make a knowledge check as a reaction.
The apostrophe. Yes. Yes.
15 with hope.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no hope. It's
Oh
a
no,
reaction.
it's a
What did you get?
15.
15. All right. You are pretty sure that's the one that you need.
Okay, yep, they look exactly the same. And she's going to take the potions, put them back in the nice little padded box,
Uh-huh.
seal it up nice and tight, nice and secure, put it back in her bag, toward back to the window she goes.
Okay. Before you go out the window, Lev,
Yeah.
what's going on in the party?
So, originally, I was going to be the outraged one.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I'm trying to get lost and make ourselves scarce.
Okay. You are hearing a great deal of outrage from the party.
Mm-hmm.
You had a rendezvous set up for Lost.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know exactly where to find him. You step out the side door, go around where you're supposed to be able to find Lost after that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I contemplate.
On the, like, 12 fear.
Yeah, I've got like 10 fear tokens right now.
I use them up.
You find Lost.
Mm-hmm.
But currently, he is struggling. Because there is one of the household guards. They look somewhat inebriated. And they're holding on to him by the arm. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing out here? You should be inside serving more hors d'oeuvres. This is no break time."
My servant is going to get more.
I would like a presence check.
Yep.
Advantage because he's inebriated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Critical success.
Yes.
Give that.
He turns around and so this guard, he was having his opportunity to have his own little power trip.
Uh-huh.
Deflate like a balloon.
Yeah, he turns and sees you and is like, and he's like, "Oh, my mistake, sir. I'll leave you to it." And he backs away and heads back into the house.
Follow him with my eyes the entire way.
You have left an impression.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a good thing.
Lost is like, "Oh, that was close.
Time to go.
Time to go.
Okay, yeah, we should go. Yeah, let's go. The carriage, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
Before we split, may Ilar attempt to identify the other immortal.
Yes.
Because theoretically, Ilar
Yeah.
does know all of
Yep.
them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was making a
Theoretically.
beeline to you anyway.
I would love a knowledge check.
Okay. That's a 19. 20 with hope.
Ooh.
Take that hope.
Got the right one.
This immortal does not match the description of any of the prominent immortals in the city.
Okay.
So it is not someone that is going to I was going to say that it's not somebody that's going to cause a lot of trouble, but they are an immortal.
Yeah.
This immortal is particularly meaningful to you.
Oh no.
Because it doesn't match the body of any immortal you've seen before, but there's something about the glint in their eye. This is Petra's latest body.
Oh no.
Noted.
They've been, and now you understand why they've been avoiding the public eye.
Yes.
Because a ribbit
Is not a great body for Petra.
is not a great body for Petra.
Anybody else get randomly cold?
Ilar will tuck that in their back pocket and go to the rendezvous.
There's some backstory stuff there. That'll probably come out at some point, but it'll be covered. All right. So, Petra at the party. You head for the rendezvous. You are at the window.
Yep.
You climb outside.
Close the window behind me. And I quickly clamber down the lattice.
Relock it.
The lattice work.
The,
And relock it.
You're going to have to roll strength again to close the window, as
You
I'm
can-
going to spend another fear.
You can do it.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. Nine with hope.
9 with hope. All right. It screeches. It is wedged. You can't move it any further. It's got like an inch.
You know what? She's just going to. Oh. Huh. As she's climbing down the lattice work, she usually keeps like a couple trinkets on her just in case something
Right.
goes wrong and she needs to, like, I don't know, like throw on a quick disguise. She pulls out a thin chain.
Uh-huh.
Usually something like higher up girls would wear as earrings.
Okay.
And she'll stick it on the lattice work as she climbs down.
Okay.
To make it seem like so someone was climbing my lattice work. Why is there an earring here? It couldn't have been a servant. Servants don't wear earrings.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Girls, what did you sneak into my lab?
Uh-huh.
Servants don't wear earrings. As I look at the Qatari with
Servants don't typically wear earrings. My servants do not wear jewelry.
Right. It's a reasonable attempt. I feel like there's a
She's not entirely certain it'll work, but it's not meant to work really. Its real purpose is just, why is there an earring here?
it's a reasonable attempt at misdirection.
misdirection. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Confusion.
So you make your way down, and I will go ahead and spend another bit of fear as you get down. It is the afternoon at this point, and it's overdue.
All right.
Oh no.
The downpour begins.
Biscuits.
Ilar opens an umbrella to hold over your head. Not you. Him. Sorry.
And you head for the rendezvous.
Yep. She wore a face covering
Uh-huh.
while climbing into the window. She will remove that. She will stuff it in her bag. And she will quickly shed her dark overcoat. and also shove that in a bag. Basically, she just looks like someone's servant walking, or either someone's servant or just a lowborn walking around now.
Yep. Now, you make it round to the rendezvous. You guys have, to this point, successfully completed this heist. And you are making your way back.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know if you look at the potions yet, or if you're going to wait until you get back.
Probably wait till we get back.
On the trip back, Ina, your bracelet, the one that Avaria kept for you, for as long as you've had it, you've pretty much worn it all the time. It's always had a bit of a warm feeling to it.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's never felt cold before. It feels cold now.
Is she with the others, or?
You guys are in the carriage.
Guys, something doesn't feel right. Can we go maybe a little bit faster?
And I feel like that's where we're going to end our first session.
Guys, can we go a little bit faster? No, it's perfect.
All right.
I'm going to mark down that I have 2 hope starting next time.
I
Yeah.
also have 2 hope.
I've
Yeah,
got
mark where your hope
4.
Nice.
Because hope and fear will carry over.
Oh, I can use
And
this.
the downpour is, we'll have to remember, the rain is falling very, very hard right now. You are a wet cat.
A wet cat.
I am a wet cat and I don't like it.
All right. Well, anyway, well, you know, here I am going on and on like we've ended the show already. I've just said we're going to have our next, we're ending the session here.
Yeah.
But I should probably sign us off
Yeah.
and say
Yeah.
thank you everybody for viewing. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you hit the like button or the subscribe or the follow or what have you. Because I don't know if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, so hit a button. Do us that favor.
Yeah, one of those ones kind
I don't-
of somewhere around there.
I don't know yet if we'll have the Patreon set up in time for the first episode to air, but if we've got Patreon set up, the link will be in the description. And yeah, hit us up there. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks for watching.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.